Hey guys, it's Mr. Win, and we're going to talk about adding and subtracting and multiplying polynomials. Alright, so our essential question, simply, how do I add, subtract, or multiply polynomials? Alright, and polynomials are just equations that have more than one term. So you'll see different terms like an x squared, maybe just a number, right? There's multiple terms, it's polynomial, right? This is an example of a polynomial, right? Example 1. This is a polynomial here that I just highlighted in blue, and we're going to add it to another polynomial, right? The green one. And when adding polynomial or subtracting, really, all you're doing is you are combining like terms, all right? So the main thing is you are combining like terms, all right? So here we go, all right? So first off, the first polynomial is 3x squared plus 1. And there's parentheses, but really when it's an empty parentheses like that, it's just being multiplied by 1. Same here, this is plus 1. So really all you're doing multiplying is by 1. So anytime you're actually just adding, and there's no number in front like that, you're just adding two polynomials, you can straight up get rid of the parentheses, right? You're just adding the terms, right? And then when you're adding those, and you got rid of the parentheses, all you do is you combine like terms. So that means they have to have the same variable and exponent. So say, for example, the 3x squared is very much alike the 2x squared. You can combine those. And also the 1 and the 4 numbers themselves can be combined as well. So when you combine, just add the numbers in front. So 3 plus a positive 2, 5x squared. 1 plus 4 is 5. And that would be your answer. You're done. You added those polynomials. What if I'm subtracting? Now I told you, right? I pointed out that you're actually distributing a 1 when adding, right? So it stays the same. But remember here, this is actually a negative 1. Okay, so you're actually distributing a negative 1 to each. So here we go. You have a 4x cubed plus 3x to the fourth. And you're actually subtracting negative x to the fourth, because negative 1 times x to the fourth is negative x to the fourth. And then negative 1 times negative 5 makes it a positive 5x to the cube. So one little difference when subtracting is that polynomial, that second polynomial you're subtracting from, usually the signs get switched. So if you look at just the inside, notice how it started with the positive x to the fourth, now it's negative. Negative 5x to the third, now it's positive, right? So subtracting, you're really kind of doing the opposite. You're taking the negative, right? You're distributing that negative 1. And then, just like before, combine like terms. So 4x cubed can be combined with any other x cubes. So I've got the 5x cubed here. And 3x to the fourth can be combined with the negative x to the fourth. So combine those. 4 plus 5 would be 9x to the third. And then 3 plus a negative 1, positive 2, right? 3 minus 1, positive 2. X to the fourth. There's your answer. That's how you add and subtract. All right. What if I have a problem like this? I'm combining multiple polynomials. There's 3 polynomials here. They all look a little bit weird, but same rule applies, right? You're just combining like terms. So what I like to do is get rid of those parentheses first, right? So that first parentheses, right, always stays the same. Right, there's no number in front of that parentheses. It just means the same thing. It's being multiplied by 1. Plus, same thing, right? Plus just means it's going to stay the same. So negative 4x y squared, negative 7y. And then subtracting, you're actually distributing a negative 1, right? So you're kind of changing the signs to each. You're multiplying each of them negative 1 by negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 4, positive 4, right? Or you can just think, I'm just switching the signs, so that's a positive 2x, so negative 2xy. All right? Looks a little bit weird, maybe a little harder to recognize what's like and what's not, but, still, you take the same steps, combine like terms. So this x and y squared, right? There's also an x with the y squared there, right? And that's actually it, right? These have x's, right? But there's 2 x's and 2 y's. There's only one x, one y, right? 2 x's, 2 y, right? So you can't combine those, right? So going back, those are different. So what you can combine is the 3x squared yx squared with the other 4x squared y squared. And lastly, you can even combine the negative 7x squared xy and the negative 2xy. All right, so combine all like terms. So combine the numbers in front. I'm doing just the blues, right? 2 plus negative 4 is negative 2xy squared. Now let's go and add the next one. 3xy squared plus 4xy squared. Positive 7x squared y squared. And then do the circles next. Negative 7 minus 2, negative 7 plus negative 2, negative 9x y. And that would be your answer. Alright, so again, you still take the same steps. You're still just combining like terms, alright? Just don't forget, when you are subtracting here, like I did here, you gotta switch the signs or distribute out a negative 1. Alright, now what if I wanted to multiply? Alright, I got a couple of polynomials here. I want to multiply, right? Multiplying, you're gonna distribute each term and then combine. Right? So it's kind of like above. You want to distribute each term first. And what I mean by that is, let me clear some space. You're going to multiply the first term, the 2x, to each of the second polynomial. So 2x times 6x, 12x squared, 2x times 1, 2x. Right? That's the first part. Then you want to distribute the next terms, 2 times 6x. Well, 12x, and then 2 times 1 plus 2. So we multiplied, right? You notice how I distributed it twice. I took the first term, right? I multiplied it by each of the other terms in the other polynomial. And then I took the second term, multiplied it by each of the second polynomial as well. So from here, go ahead and combine your like terms, all right? So I've got a 12x squared here. Let's use a different color. And there's no other x squared, right? So I can't combine anything. I'm going to leave that alone. Oops. Kind of scrolled out on me. All right. So I'm going to leave that 12x squared alone. But what you can combine is 2x and 12x, right? So 2 plus 12, it's going to give you 14x. And then the 2 at the end can't be combined with anything as well, so we'll leave it alone. There's our answer. All right. Now, what if one of them, they're kind of not even? There's 3 terms. Notice how the second one, there's 1, 2, 3 terms. Well, same thing, right? You're still going to have to distribute to each and every one. So I'm going to take this 4x, and I'm going to multiply it times 6x squared first. So 24, right? 4 times 6 is 24. And then add the exponents together. So x, there's a 1 here, plus those 2, there's 3 x's. 4x times negative x, well, 4 times a negative, that's a 1 there, is going to be a negative 4, and then there's 2 x's, so x squared. Again, you are multiplying, so don't forget you're adding the exponents, right? This isn't a 1 here, so 1 plus 1 turns this into a 2, all right? Don't forget that. And then lastly, the 4x times 2, that's just 8x, all right? And go back and do the other terms. So this 2, I want to multiply it by, I'm going to do it the other side so you can kind of make this clear. 2 times 6. That's going to be 12. And then how many x's are there? X squared. And then 2 times negative x. So 2 times negative 1 is just going to be negative 2. There's still x to the 1 there. And then 2 times 2, which is 4. And I'll just write plus 4. Okay? I mean, there's more terms. The the expression we end up with is a little longer, but you're still doing the same steps. You're distributing each term and then combine like terms. So x to the third, notice how there's none other x to the thirds, so we'll leave that alone. But you can combine negative 4x squared and 12x squared, right? They both have x squared. And you can also combine, looks like 8x and negative 2x as well, right? So let's rewrite this, 24x squared cubed, and combine negative 4, right? I'm combining the red number boxes, right? Negative 4 plus 12x squared is going to be positive 8x squared. And then combine the purple underlines, 8x plus negative 2x is going to be 6x. And then that 4x that can't be combined, just bring it down. And now I'm simplified, I multiplied those polynomials. All right, and that's it.